It's almost past my bedtime. Bedtime. When mobile live, try mobile live. See how that shit works good. What's going on? Relax. My G. Can you hear me? I went to the mobile live. Jack again? God damn. Alright. Can you hear me now? Let me know if I sound good. I think it's the headphones, bro. Damn, I guess I can't ever use headphones. I gotta buy some headphones. Oh, I'm good now, huh? Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, man, I wasn't doing shit anyway, man. Shit, it's almost my bedtime, man. I was trying to figure out what the hell you had just saw, bro. Cause I'm not really into that battle rap shit. All I know is I saw boobies, some nice boobies. They were nice. I didn't know what the fuck she was rapping about, but whatever the fuck she was talking about. Shit. I was like, them motherfuckers is A1. Them real too. You can tell they was real. Shit, Dee, what's going on, sir? Yeah, some people probably sleep. Man, and that's cool. I go live randomly, man. So it's like I was about to get ready to go to sleep. You know, I'm an old man and shit. Old man Withers and shit, man. I'm not Dome no more. I'm old man Withers. Oh yeah, yeah, I gotta get into that, bro. I've never really been into the battle rap shit, but shit, I just try to support. I feel, man, when I got off work, man, I was tired as shit. I called myself old man Withers. Yeah, I feel like it, bro. But yeah, so I definitely wanted to talk about choices, man, and this probably be a fairly quick one. But when something comes into my brain, it comes into, it just peers, like a needle. I feel like I want to chalk that shit down on, an electronic form, right? The digital form. Some call it vlogging or whatever. I call it, uh, you know, stacking up a library, because I have something for every topic, right? So if I'm if we're talking about, for instance, the N word, and um, I happen to be on the Beautiful Angels channel the other night, and she doesn't allow the N word, and myself just not liking, I feel like the N word is not, it's not us anymore. That's just my opinion. I don't knock any homeboy that use it because a lot of my homeboys use it. Don't need a man. What's going on? I ain't seen you in a while. Nene, what's going on with you, lady? You need to start going live, man. How come you didn't go live earlier? I was actually barely just getting off, and I was like, yeah, I could listen to Nene and shit, man. Never went live and shit. And I hate when people go live that you like, and then another person go live at the same time, because that was literally what was happening the other day. And I was just like, God damn, it's so conflicting. It was so conflicting. I was like, damn, I'm trying to go into that chat, and then I'm trying to go to that chat. Why don't you go live anymore? What happened? You gonna make me come and find your ass, man. Do I have to look for you, lady? So I don't want to have to look for you. Yeah, go live. Say what's on your mind. It's always good vibes over there. I always like your shit. You know what I mean? Always have good vibes over there, man. But yeah. So the N word, um, other things, safe sex. I got something on safe sex as well. I view YouTube as like electronic diary. I've never been for numbers, and I work, so I've never been for money. Um, so I'm not trying to make extra income at all. I don't know. It's more of a hobby, I would say. I wouldn't even say it's a attention thing, because some people, you really could tell that they have that void of attention. And I'm not saying anybody specific. I'm just saying some people, a lot of older people, beyond 40, typically seek a lot of attention. And, people that had attention growing up, I don't see that from them. You know what I mean? Um, but anyway, that's not what it's about. Everybody has choices. When I hear people talk about, their ills, or their, what is it, icks on YouTube, and all the bullshit that they encounter, I think to myself, like, I ain't encountered that shit. Like, most of these people I don't know that have a problem. Most of these people I'm probably never gonna meet, right? So I be thinking to myself, I'm like, if some of these people have such a problem with, chats and all of these things, and this is in general, this isn't for anybody. This is for anybody that want to use this shit, use the advice or whatever, but it's not for anybody in particular, because it seems to be a lot of people that have the similar um problems, right? And a lot of them typically are pretty women. They're pretty sisters. But some of them, you hear from certain men. You know what I mean, on here. And when you go to their chat, they're usually saying, shit like, "Oh, I don't want to go on. so and such chat and shit like that, and it's just like, damn, man, if the people that you're around are so negative and so fucked up, why do you continuously go over there? And it's like I feel like some people are like trying to force themselves to a group, if you will, or force themselves into being around a bunch of people. And like, some people call them cliques or whatever, or that, that go along to get along shit. But for me, it's like I never experienced that shit, man. So like I be trying to like put myself in like a lot of these people's shoes and shit. And I'm just like, damn, like, dude, are they really like? Is this all that they experience when they're on YouTube on social media? Just going through, negative shit. Is that the only thing that they're experiencing? So it's like, why don't people just remove themselves from that type of situation? Is what I'm thinking. We all have choices, and a lot of our choices aren't just social media, man. Like we have choice. We all have relationship choices. We all have friendship choices. I never kept homeboys around just to keep homeboys around. I was just saying, I got a partner. Woo, woo. Like if people start moving funny, I'm gonna move away from that shit. It doesn't matter if it's a woman or if it's a man, whether it's your friendship or it's your partner, a relationship, right? Um, you can instantly nip that in the bud. But then at the same time, because I started thinking about this shit too as well, you don't want to just give up on people too, because nobody is perfect. And a lot of people got their issues. I know I got my issues. And it never feels good to be given up on, you know? And it never feels good to give up on people that has potential. And I seen that with my homeboy and his ex girl. And I'm just using this as an example because I felt like he had a good woman. Like I really felt like the homie had a good woman, but because she had a little drinking problem, when she would drink, it would become like some Bloody Mary shit. It would just be terrible, right? Like she's transforming into something else, right? And I'm thinking to myself, I started thinking about this shit because I'm like, she was cool because when you go over there, she'll greet you. She'll be like, oh, you want a beer? Woo woo, all this shit, right? And I'm like, bro, why the fuck are you having problems with this woman? This woman seems to be cool. You know what I mean? I mean, she has a drinking problem. Take the broad to AA or some shit. Why are you giving up on her? Oh, I tried. I tried. And listen, woo, woo, she's just gonna keep drinking. I'm like, dude, she practically she cooks. She's like damn near. I was like, dude, like I'm pretty sure you're not gonna find a woman remotely as close to this woman. And that made me think like, damn, did a lot of relationships in the past did I give up too soon? Because maybe I had this thing in my mind where this woman has to be perfect. And what's going on, Selena? Oh, I'm glad she came in because Selena has said something that actually resonated too. That you can't want something that you can't give. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, I could give. Peach Cobbler, what's up with you, sister? I see, uh, I give, damn near everything, right? I give my soul, put my heart on the sleeve, blah, blah, blah. But I think sometimes in our heads, I think we like, damn, I ain't got no kids. Woo, woo. or she might have a kids. Now I'm just hypothetically speaking, right? I'm creating a scenario like she should be such and such woo 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 because I ain't got this and that. But it's like, bro, like nobody's perfect, and I'm just using that as an example because, of course, if a woman has kids and you get involved with that, you're already pre-knowing that she has kids. But what I'm saying is in our minds, we get to a point where you think that you're better than that mate. And I think that's what, the homie, it was happening with the homie. It was like, bro, because you don't have a drinking problem, dog. Like, you looking down on her, bro. Like, you treating her like shit, bro. And like, she been through enough shit. Like, because she would, everybody's cool with her. Like, his girl's cool with Ella. Like, the homies and shit. She's like a homie, in itself, because she's cool as fuck. Like you go to over to his house, she's always offering you, oh, I cooked. You want to play? Woo woo. I was about to say my name, but I don't want to almost slip. But she's so, she has the host type of mind, like mindset. Like like my homie's ex bro, she was Hispanic, so I guess that played a role and how she was. And I was just like, bro, like, every dude on earth probably wants this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that just for looks or anything like that, because I don't think that. I love my women. I think my women are the prettiest things, but I'm saying in terms of just how she caters to the homie, and it just feels like dog, like you're about to give up on something that possibly, you know what I mean, could be great. You know what I mean? And you had a choice, bro. You knew that she liked to drink. You know what I mean? So anyway, we have choices, man. We all have choices, and we could choose to stay with that person and try to stick it out, or go your own way. And I say that to say this because I've seen this too. I've seen um people think that the grass is greener, and this shit ended up in a mad divorce. I've seen it with my own eyes. They actually, it's part of my family, and they thought that them divorcing somebody that they were with for so long, they thought they were gonna end up with somebody better, and then their life just took a whirlwind. They divorced, that person and got with somebody else and got treated way worse, treated like shit. And I wish I could share that information. I probably said it before, though, who it was and shit. But it's like I'm just using a lot of these people as an example because I've seen a lot of this shit that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And it's like, what? Why do people get in relationships if you're not ready to commit? When you get in a relationship, you should be fully ready to commit. No questions asked. No, put your hands down. You feel me? Put your hands all the way down. If I talk to a person, if I talk to a woman, and I feel like this woman is interesting, and I feel like she has potential to be a great wife and be a great mother to my children, future children. I don't have any children, but she'll probably be having my children. Um, to just give up on that and because something is not going right or it's just not this perfect little fantasy that you paint in your head like this shit is supposed to be she does everything I say, she gives me the sex when I want the sex, and it doesn't quite go that way because even I do that shit. That's what I'm saying, is even I do that shit. And I'm like, well, fuck this bitch. I don't need her, man. I could get a better one. You know what I mean? And it's like, that might be the mindset that, that might be the Achilles heel for a lot of people out here dating, man. And it might not just, and it's not just the people that I'm talking about, because I just said I do that sometimes too. And it's like, basically, it's kind of like what Selena was saying the other day, right? Um, except for my case, I actually, like I said, I put my heart on the sleeve. But some people, I've seen some very selfish people, like, you want all this shit from your woman, bro, but you won't do damn near a quarter of the shit that you're asking from her. You know what I mean? You want her to be sexy as fuck, but you don't want to put the effort in on yourself, hitting the gym and all that shit. So it's like, you're asking things that you can't even get yourself. And that's where choices come into play. A lot of choices come into play. What's going on? Did I miss anybody who came in? Okay. I just wanted to greet everybody. I don't want people to think that I don't see y'all. I see y'all. Um, but in relationships take work, friendships take work. And you can literally apply shit that the same attributes or elements. There you go. I don't like attributes. I like elements a little bit better. The same elements to a relationship, you could apply that to a friendship, because more than likely, uh, your friendship, if you're real close to a woman and your woman could probably be your best friend or your potential woman. Like, let's say you have a friend that could potentially be a mate, right? Or like a love interest. That's going to be more successful because you cherish the friendship, like some people need to cherish their relationships, and unfortunately, we don't do that. Some of us treat our friendships better than relationships. That's why you always hear shit like, pips up, hoes down, and shit like that. And the bros over the hoes and shit like that. If we only cherished our relationships like we cherish our friendships, right? Makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Shalom, Terry. Appreciate you being here, brother. Thank you for being here, man. I know it's late, probably everywhere around the world and shit. But that's real shit, man. Like we have to cherish we have to put the effort and the energy just as much into your friendship. You gotta put that shit into your relationship. Like, the way you hustle hard for your money, you gotta hustle hard for your woman or your man. You know what I mean? You have to put effort in. And I think this is why, for me, I feel like relationships are pretty much, it's it's a lose situation these days. And I'm gonna explain why. Because I feel like you're going to be in a relationship with somebody, and you're probably going to be giving your all, but she's not going to be giving her all. She might be giving her all, but he might not be giving her all. And it just, to me, it's like, because everybody's a narcissist at the end of the day. And I'm not saying you guys are, I'm just saying at the end of the day, in general, everybody has this attitude. Even when we were on the topic of boxes and angels chat, and someone that were like, you don't what, you know it's like that. In some cases, you not eating the box, fellas, that would be kind of selfish. That would be looked upon as like, but you want your lollipop licked, but you don't want to open up the box, and you don't want to smell the box. So um you start getting this thing in your head where it's like, everything's about me. I want my lollipop licked. I'm not eating no box. Fuck that shit. I want my motherfucking lollipop licked. And that was the whole premise of the what was being said. And I explained all that on my other channel. So if anybody wanna get into that or get the the details of the story, I guess. It's on my other channel, and I went live on that. But about that, but like Selena was saying, it can't be one way. You know what I mean? It can't be one way. I can't be. I get sucked, but I'm not licking. I'm not opening up no boxes. It's like, come on, bro. That's stingy. That's selfish, right? That's real selfish. And I can get why, a lot of the women were mad. They were like, huh? You know, and they're not wrong for that. They're not wrong for that. So when they bring up, but you want your lollipop unwrapped and licked, certainly do, ma'am. Thank you. Uh, but for the mindset is just like you start getting in that narcissist mode. It's like everything about fucking me. You gotta do what the fuck I say, this and that. It's like, no, you're in a relationship. You have to call. You have to make that choice. You have to make that choice to, oh, babe, I want to be out late because you're not single. You made that leap into a relationship. So this is why I posed that question on the community wall, that post. What is a successful relationship? When you reach the ultimate, what's a successful relationship? How does a successful, I forgot how I posed it. I gotta look at the thing. That's why I'm sitting here spitfiring and shit. But I think it was, what is a successful relationship and how does a successful relationship end? What's the end game with a successful relationship? Back in the 20s, we know it was you marry Ella May, Billy Duke, Bill Bob, Johnson Hayes is going to wed Ella May. That's the end game with that. We know that that's how the game ends in the 20s, marriage. So in 2024 and proceeding on, ask yourself this question right fucking now. Everybody, the brothers and sisters, everybody, sisters to this shit right now. Listen to this shit. And then rewind that. That's why I like this shit. Rewind it. What is the end game with your relationship? What's your goal with the relationship? Do you feel like when you get into this next relationship, are we gonna end with this? Is it gonna end in marriage, or are we gonna just fuck the shit out of each other, or what? We just gonna see how it go? This is the question motherfuckers need to talk about when you first start talking to a person. When you first start talking to a woman or a man, put your cards on the table. Am I here to fuck or are we here to have a relationship and it's going to end in marriage? I don't know. I say, I don't know. I wish I got answers for a lot of shit. Any woman that know me know I got answers for a lot of shit, but I don't know because it's hard to say. I mean, seeing how the world is, it's hard to trust anybody. Really. There's diseases everywhere. All kinds of weird shit. Right? Do the person that you're with, do they have the same sexual appetite as you? Do you guys prefer the same things? Is that what is the method? What's the sexual position? The method of sexual pleasure for you guys is regular traditional sex just enough? Do you need battery clamps? Do you need hot candle wax dripping on your nipple? Do you need honey dripping all on the breasts? This is shit that you should be discussing with your future mate in the do's and the don'ts. People don't even discuss that. So the first thing when you encounter a man or a woman, what is the end game? What are we doing? It's not about title. I hate titles. I think titles are the fucking I think when people have titles, I think that's what ruin relationships too, because it's like, oh, we're supposed to be this and that. It's like, but this is why. So let me use this as an example one time. Let me use this shit for an example one time. Have you ever seen, and this can be on a TV show or real life, anything, fictional, real life, whatever. Have you ever seen when a person, when a couple is dating, everything's perfect. When the couple gets married, everything changes. Everything changes. The whole dynamic changes. It's not even the fact that the man might have been scared to get married, but the whole dynamic changes. The relationship gets worse, right? You probably seen that. You know, if y'all didn't, I'm pretty sure it's a movie out there. Just watch the dynamic. Everything changes. Everything changes because the dynamic of the relationship it isn't what you were comfortable with anymore. Now it's like, oh shit, well, that's my wife. I'm the husband. So that's the seriousness of it. That's why I'm always hesitant of the realm of marriage. And I just think to me, marriage is so it's like a sanction. You know what I mean? It is a sanction. You know, it's just you devoting yourself, you know, under Yah the Almighty, the Most High. I'm telling Yah that I'm gonna marry this woman. I'm gonna cherish this woman. I will never divorce this woman. I'm gonna love her through sickness and all that shit. That's a lot of fucking shit, man. That shit is scary. It's scary, man. And I never understood like why relationships they flourish so good. Like, let me use another example. When sisters get on other sisters, like with the whole Serena Williams shit, they were getting on her because she wasn't married, but she was having that little child, right? That the mixed child that she was her first child. I think she's pregnant again. Congrats to Serena Williams. I've never hated on her because she's never hated brothers. So I don't give a fuck what the next dude say or the manosphere motherfuckers. Serena Williams, anybody that's not knocking black men or knocking black women, they got their own thing. She happened to find a white guy. That's on her. But sisters were hella mad that she didn't get married. You didn't get married to him. Or brothers were throwing that in her face and then they got married. And it happened to work for them. But when you see other people that that be in that same position and they get married, why does the dynamics change? You know what I mean? And it could be so many different variables. So many different variables. It could be a lot of different shit. Hey, good night, Selena. Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna wrap it up in a minute anyway. But you got choices, man. Everybody have choices. Now, uh, always fuck with somebody that reciprocates. Reciprocation, communication, all that shit. That's all that shit's on my other channel. I would highly recommend go over there and check that shit out because I was breaking down all the key elements of relationships. And like I said, y'all think about the next relationship with, and I'm not saying that it has to even be a relationship. It's look, we're grown ups, we're adults. Some of us love the fuck. It is that's part of life, man. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting here endorsing it, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie about it. People gonna fuck. Grown people gonna fuck. It is what it is. You might not like how I'm saying it. People that's listening to playback, hey, excuse my French, but hey, grown people gonna fuck. My recommendation is just wrap it up. You use a rubber, man. Use something, man, to keep that area protected. But if you want to look for something deeper than that, and you're looking for something to build, ask these questions because people, like I said, people get married and they don't even know with faith, what nationality the person that they married even celebrates. You know what I mean? Or practice, the national practice. You're a Christian, but you married a Muslim. You know, Muslim, you married a Hebrew. So a lot of people, and I think that might be why marriages go bad too, because I don't think they fully talk about shit. I think people are so elated of the idea of marriage. You know, I think marriage it excites people. We know historically, traditionally, women they get excited over marriage. You know what I mean? Um, but I think that you want to know your partner, and I want to go back to friendships to marriage or friendships to relationships. This is why I say though this is why I'm going to say I don't know if I said it, but friendships, ladies and gentlemen, have the highest success rate. Friendships into relationships, the highest success rate of succeeding. So being friend zone isn't always a bad thing, y'all. So like when you got that homegirl that you talk to on the phone, that you chill with, she know your secrets, you know her secrets. Fuck, I know what kind of animal she afraid of. That's not always a bad thing because now you know this person's traits, this person's personalities, the do's and don'ts. Now that's a perfect setup. So if you have a relationship, that's your best friend. So that might be something that people might have to think about being cool um one time around. You know what I mean? I did that shit. I was really cool with a woman, and then we just happened to, it happened to turn into a relationship, but we were real cool. You know what I mean? When we first met, and I'm just using that as an example. We don't communicate anymore, but I got the ultimate love for her. You know what I mean? I could have a conversation with her today, so it's really no hard feelings and shit like that. And I think those type of things, us as grown people, we have to maturely approach these things. You know what I mean? Some people probably can't handle that shit because not everybody's emotionally equipped for breakups or uh, ascending their relationship. So when they go from a friendship to a relationship, that shit don't work. But that's your best friend. Can you descend? Can you go back to being friends and shit? A lot of people can't do that. That's another thing right there that you need to think about too. You know what I mean? Can you is it possible that you could go back being friends with somebody that you had a relationship with? And that's why some people just don't tread on them waters. Some people don't even get in on the jet ski and tread them waters because sometimes it's just like I cherish this person too much to get in a relationship with them and damage them further because they might be, traumatized and shit. But you'll never know. You'll never know until you get off on that diving board. You feel me? You'll never know. And um, the best advice I could give anybody that's doing that shit, because I feel like it does actually have a high success rate with the friendships to relationships because you're forced to have to get to know somebody. And I know when we're in this sexed up culture that we live in, it's hard to look at people as human beings. We're looking at people as meat and, breastises and asses and big weenies and shit like that. We're not looking at people as humans, so we're not developing conversation. We're not developing dialogue that that simmers in people's brain. We're not talking about words. We're talking about body parts because that's all we see. You know what I mean? That's all that's presented today. So I honestly say, and I honestly can speak from experience and what I see is friendships to relationships. Those work the best. Those have a very, very high success rate. Angie, Angie, baby, what's going on with you, girl? Um, but we all have choices, and hopefully y'all could take some of that shit in and you know that advice could be useful to anybody that happens to listen on the replay. I'm just here to help y'all, and if not, be voice in your ear that you could hear. I guess somebody that you could consume time with and listen to. I guess. Shit, I like doing it too. I like listening to people too. Nothing wrong with that. But you know, I feel like it wouldn't be right for me to be on Earth and not try to lend a hand and try and help shit. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I got the answers. I'm not saying, you know, I got the dopest shit to everything. Clearly, I'm not married, none of that shit. But I feel like I can offer something though because I've been in a lot of different type of relationships or situations, whatever you want to call it, however you want to go about it. And I feel like, you know, if we're gonna be on here and we're gonna be on this YouTube community, I feel like we should be able to um provide something. I feel like not every channel should just be mindless bullshit. I don't feel like, you know, we should talk about sex 24/7, but I feel like we should have at least 7% sex. I feel like we can have at least 15% productive and educational. Kind of get what I'm saying? I don't want to be just mindless and shit. I like to broaden my horizons and I want my shit to touch every fucking thing. You know what I mean? On the stream guards, I'll drop the link, but it's like anywhere I'm pretty sure people just want to listen, you know, kick back and there's nothing wrong with that. Um we want to learn from each other. We want to gather as much information. If I can find a brother or a sister that got information that's valuable to me, I'm going to take that and I'm probably going to add that to my shit. And I let people know, like, hey, I learned some shit from you. You know, like I said, I got that one passage or pathway, however you want to segue, however you want to identify it, from Selena, who came in. So I appreciate that sister. Appreciate you, beloved. And as far as the N word, I was referencing a stream from a young lady named Angel Food on here. And one thing that I did like very much is how she took control over her channel. And to me, that speaks volume because a lot of people on here let people get on their channels and run a fucking muck and destroy their shit. So the fact that, you know, I don't want any variations of the N word on it, that made me have shed, you know, some kind of respect points. You know what I mean? She knows I don't want to give her too much. I don't want to inflate that motherfucking head. I don't want to put no air in that balloon. But I want to give her some respect points on that because to tell, you know, even a man like, you know, hey, I don't want that shit, those words being used on my platform is pretty good. You know, that speaks value. A lot of people wouldn't say that. And I know at times it's really hard to convey that message without trying to, you know, come across as like an asshole, like, hey, bruh, you could not use the N word on my shit, that'd be cool. You know, I'm gonna start charging people cash apps, you know what I mean? That just, you know, just for that. I mean, I'm not gonna really do it, but I'm just saying I think that would be implemented. It should be implemented, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just playing. Um, we should be here trying to grow as people, man. I want to grow. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about the people that's gonna listen to the replay. I don't know about you. I don't know what you come here for. I don't know if it's just entertainment, just mindless fuck shit. That's cool too for you. But and there's nothing wrong with that to a certain extent. We watch Martin to get a laugh. We watch the Discovery Channel to get the game and the knowledge on animals and all that shit. So I want to learn some shit too. And I'm never past the cutoff date of learning and shit. So if I could find somebody that knows shit about numbers, Angel still gotta break that shit down. That shit was so fucking confusing. I was just like, fuck, I got a headache. This shit is hurting my fucking head. Oh, Like, what is my number? What is my light path, man? What's the master number, man? Fuck. I'm like, this shit is hard as fuck. But you know, that's some other shit. But yeah, I'm here to learn, man. I want to learn some shit. I'm not here to just be in some fuck shit. And by learning, I mean I want to take something away. I want to take people's opinion. I read a lot of books, and I love reading a lot of books and shit. But I love getting people's input on certain shit because there's a lot of. I've been in some spaces where some very um mentally equipped people, very competent. And I'm just like, why the fuck are they in these ghetto sections and shit? Like, I feel like your talents is just being lost. Like, it's like you know so much shit, but because you over here with this fuck shit, like people wouldn't even know. So, um, that's another thing. That's another topic and shit. So that's like hidden talents and shit. And I didn't see so many people waste away on this motherfucker just hanging around ghetto, you know, shit faced people that don't have shit else to do but talk shit about people all day. And, you know, that's just not, I'm not here for that shit, man. I'm not here for drama. I'm not here for none of that shit, man. Um, and I would highly advise people, man, to brighten your horizons, man. Like, try and venture out, see some spaces where they're talking about something that intellectually challenges you. You know, I may have didn't comment in Angel's chat when she was talking about the numbers, but I was listening because I don't know shit about numbers and shit. I'm trying to learn it, but every time I try to learn it, this shit frustrates the fuck out of me because it's not a thing where you just pick it up. Like when you learn Hebrew and when you learn Swahili, you go through the words. You go through the words. It's easy. With this shit, motherfucker, this shit feel like what the fuck, a Rubik's cube. Like I'm just trying to get these colors to light the fuck up. I need to get all of them and shit. I'm like, how the fuck do you find your fucking number? But you know, I'll Google it or something. I don't know, but I want to learn. I like shit like that, especially if it's shit I don't know. If it's shit I already know, I'm gonna act like I'm gonna pretend like you telling me something new, but I'm definitely gonna give my opinion and just, you know, let you go with what you think, you know what I mean? But if I'm in a space where it's completely new, I'm all ears. I wanna learn. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit, let me put my headphones on. Shit, let me get my notepad. Let me look at the chalkboard and shit, man. Teacher out here, man, teaching. You feel me? There's lessons to be learned out here, man. But you know, with that being said, you know, I'm gonna wrap it up, man. I appreciate everybody that joined. I wasn't gonna go that um but yeah, everybody got choices, man. Make sure you make the right choice, man. Don't waste your time on shit that is time consuming and it's just a toxic waste. You know, I couldn't imagine being on this motherfucker every day like that. That shit's crazy. Like you on this shit every day and it's just fuck shit. Like nothing productive. You know what I mean? And then you can't say that your life is so, you know, lavish and shit when you're always on here, you know what I mean? And there be a lot of people that claim their lives are great, but so they're always on here and you know, I'm working a lot, so I gotta get up and work in the morning. So I probably ain't gonna be back for a while. But hopefully, man, something penetrated your mind and inspired something. Lady Shay, appreciate you being here. Golden Black, appreciate you, sister. Yeah, no, it's definitely not simple. It wasn't not simple at all for me. Not for me at all. But you know what it is? I'm impatient, and a lot of people don't know that probably. Well, the people that talk to me probably know I'm very impatient, and I don't like. I'm gonna start acting like a special ed kid, man. I'm gonna be like, fuck this shit. I'm done with this shit. Like, nah, I'm not gonna sit here and keep doing this shit. This shit is too fucking hard. I'm very impatient, man. That's what it is. Now, if it's something that the concept is easy, and especially if I'm really interested in it, like if it's a different language or some shit, like I'm really like I'm sitting there just taking notes and shit. But when it's like shit like that, I'm like, man, I'm trying to add this shit up. What the fuck? I'm not getting the number and shit like that. So then I just said, fuck it, I'm done, man. I'm done, and I hate that shit too, cause I'm one of those that I gotta figure the problem out. If there's something wrong with my car, I want to know specifically what's wrong with it. That's the type of person I am. But I guess if my heart ain't in it, I guess that's when I just say fuck it. I guess that's just me. I definitely could just be me. Yeah, man. Check the replay out, man. Y'all give me a melanated thumbs up, man. You know, that shit's free. You know, Golden, I definitely know that. Trust me. I feel like I'm pretty patient. I feel like I'm fairly patient with a lot of people. And I've never really been a patient person. My patience, it's grown. I used to have real thin patience. But yeah, y'all be good, man. Y'all get some sleep, man. And be safe out there, man. Remember, man, we all here for a reason. We trying to build something, man. We here for a cause. Let's uplift one another. Let's learn. You know what I mean? Together. You know. That being said, y'all be good. Much love. Sisters and brothers out there, y'all be safe. Shalom.